good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gents. This is your boy Casanova from Orlando, Florida, on this awesome international podcast, Good Wine and Great Laughs, the podcast for wine lovers and hot topics, ladies and gents. I'm Casanova. Welcome to Casa Casanova, ladies and gents. If you are new to my YouTube channel, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m., I have a wine of the day. I will talk a little bit about this wine. I'm going to taste it. I'm going to give you a little information that I have about this wine, the wine of the day. And then I always give a grade between 1 to 10 what I think about this wine, ladies and gents, followed by some videos related to the topic of the day. So if you like hot topics and you're wine lovers, ladies and gents, this YouTube channel is for you. So you like the work that I do, I appreciate it if you click on the like button, click also on the subscribe button, and share this video with all your family and friends. That's the only thing that I'm going to ask for you if you like what I do. For the haters, you can kiss my black ass. You hate is my motivation to continue doing my work. That's all I'm going to tell you. So anyway, ladies and gents, today is Saturday, November 16th, 2024, and the weather here in Orlandito is going to be sunny with a few clouds in the afternoon, highs of 80 degrees and lows of 61 degrees, ladies and gents. And before I start talking about the topic of the day, I have definitely to talk about the wine of the day. You have a French wine today, ladies and gentlemen, called the Chateau de Leotins, and it's a vintage of 2023. And see right here, Chateau de Leotins, and c'est Entre Deux Mers. That's the name, and I use my Google Translate. It means Entre Deux Mers. Translate is between two seas. The ocean, no, two seas. This is what I'm talking about. Anywho, why on the label in the back there's not too much information about this wine, but I like the bottle, intrigued me. Okay, French wine, most of those that I have is good wine, so never had it, and there's always a wine that I never had it, ladies and gents. That I always bring here. So you're going to find out this. What about this Chateau de Leotins Entre Deux Mers? It's all about and like I always do, ladies and gents, if you look at my social media right here, you're going to see a clear picture of the wine of the day. There you can check it out, look at it, and if you like it, let me know in the comments. If you like to look for this wine on any local ABC stores or wine stores, the pictures there are available for you, so you should look at it. Check it out. Okay, I like the bouquet of the one. Ladies and gents, this wine tastes to me like it doesn't have no information about, just say the name and the winery. It tastes like, to me, very close to a Pinot Noir. Not Pinot Noir, Pinot Grigio, and definitely on my palate. Now I don't know if it's because I was eating some cheese before I start recording this podcast. Has a little hint of lemon on the end of my palate. That's what I'm tasting right now. But overall, ladies and gents, I'll definitely give a 8 for this wine. I recommend it if you like Pinot Grigio, ladies and gents. You're going to like the Entre Deux Mers from France, ladies and gents. It's a good wine, ladies and gents. I recommend this. So if you like white wine and if you like Pinot Grigio type of wine, you may like this one right here. So ladies and gents, let's jump right on today's topic. Today's topic is the racist tax sent nationwide after the election result, ladies and gents. You're going to watch both. I have 3 videos with you, 2 related to this topic, of course, and also another one that is, I always say here in this podcast, and I live my life on this principle, the law of physics. For every action, there is a reaction, ladies and gents. So I'm just going to give a little hint before I give my 2 cents at the end of the video, because for all the racist people out there, they'll keep putting your flag out of your racism. If you think that this new generation of black people, they're going to take it, your abuse, don't take your verbal, your physical abuse, you have a big mistake. Remember the Alabama brawl. So, like I say, if you F around, you will find out. So, mind your business and leave us alone, because we are not our ancestors. You're going to fight back, and when you strike, you're going to strike hard. So, it is show time.
Investigating reports of a wave of racist text messages hitting black people's phones in multiple states. These messages are being reported in at least 8 states, and many of the targets appear to be middle school, high school, and college-age students. All of the messages following a pattern, sharing similar language, including racist rhetoric, that they had been, quote, selected to pick cotton. CNN's Gabe Cohen has the details. He's joining us right now. Tell us more of what you're learning about what they're doing about this, Gabe.
Well, Kate, first off, it looks like this is more widespread than we expected, with people in at least 24 states now having reported receiving these messages. And these texts are not just upsetting, but they are alarming. They are personalized, and many of them specifically target black and brown individuals, some of them students, some of them children. I want to show you one of the texts. It was sent to us by a woman in New Jersey. The text has her name written at the top of it, as you can see right there, and it references picking cotton, it references slave catchers and plantations, and some of the messages specifically reference President-elect Trump. Now, to be clear, the Trump campaign has told several media outlets that they had absolutely nothing to do with this. But as you can imagine, many people are really on edge in these days since the election. I want to play for you what a Colorado mother said after her 16-year-old son got one of these texts. Take a listen.
It's very tense. It's very scary for a lot of individuals. The fact that it happened the day after, Election Day, it really speaks to what I think is going on here.
And the president of the NAACP put out a statement saying these messages represent an alarming increase in vile and abhorrent rhetoric from racist groups across the country who now feel emboldened to spread hate and stoke the flames of fear that many of us are feeling after Tuesday's election results. And Sarah, there are investigations underway all over the country at this point to figure out who is behind this. It does appear at least some of them, these messages, were sent out using a service called Text Now. It allows people to create phone numbers for free. That company, Text Now, tells us in a statement, we believe this is a widespread, coordinated attack, and we are now working alongside our industry partners to uncover more details and continue to monitor patterns to actively block any new accounts attempting to send these messages. And the FBI is also on this. They put out a statement saying that they're aware of the messages. And Sarah, they say they're in contact with the Justice Department and other federal authorities. So a lot of folks are on this right now, a lot of agencies. It's not clear, though, if they have it completely shut down at this point.
Gabe Cohen, thank you so much for your reporting there. Appreciate it.
The FBI is investigating a string of racist messages sent to Black Americans across the U.S. This is one of the disturbing texts, and I'm sorry we have to put this up on screens. It reads, you have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Again, for the folks listening on the radio, I am reading quotes from this text, and references executive slave catchers. Children and college students got messages like this. One mother in Houston said her daughter, who was in high school, received one as well. Let's listen to this.
She said it's a message that her and some of her friends received. And so I'm like, which friends? And so she said, all of my Black friends. To have somebody threaten their lives or threaten their livelihood or threaten their family's livelihood, it becomes uncomfortable. This should not be sent to any student, Black, brown, blue, purple, yellow, whatever.
A Canadian phone services company tells CNN that some of the racist messages were sent by accounts on their messaging app. The company says it has disabled those accounts. And to be clear, CNN does not have a clear answer of who sent these. That is still under investigation. But Talia Jones joins us now. She received this text we showed earlier. Talia, I mean, as we were just explaining a few moments ago, people in states across the eastern half of the United States, it appears, received these text messages. You got one as well. And some out west, you can see it there on screen. What was your reaction when you got this message on your phone?
My first reaction was kind of like shock, because you know when you see something, you're like, let me look again to make sure like I'm really seeing what I'm seeing. The kind of feeling I had, and then I immediately sent it to my mom and my sister in our group chat, and we were all just like, what is going on in the world? There's no way that it's 2024 and things like this are happening again. And it's just insane, like the level of disrespect that people have for other humans. It's crazy.
And I'm just wondering, Talia, I mean, what did it feel like? I had to think that it hurt. I mean, I have to think that it hurt when you got that message. What was going through your mind? How did it feel?
So first it was shock, and then I think it was more anger than like sadness, because it's just like, who do you think you are to send these out? It became sadness when I realized that young people were getting it, like elementary schoolers and middle schoolers, who a lot of them are oblivious to what's going on. It's like they're so innocent, and it's like, why would you want to intentionally hurt somebody that you don't even know? So it was definitely like shock, anger, and sadness all in one.
Yeah, what do you think about the timing of all this? The president, CEO of the NAACP, released a statement saying, in part, the unfortunate reality of electing a president who historically has embraced and at times encouraged hate is unfolding before our eyes. I mean, we had an election this week. What do you think of the timing of this?
It was definitely strategically planned. I received the text at like 2 p.m. on Wednesday, so not even a full 24 hours after we got the election results. So I feel like this was something that was definitely premeditated. They felt like the Republicans were going to win, Donald Trump was going to be elected into office again, so they were just ready to go. And it just really shows, like, we thought we came far from where we were hundreds of years ago, but honestly, we have not at all, clearly.
And do you know anybody else who got this message?
Not personally. When I got on social media later that day, I saw that a lot of different people had gotten them, but nobody that I knew personally. But I did see that everybody who received the text was a person of color, for sure.
And what do you hope people take away from this? I mean, to me, I'm incredibly sad hearing about it. I know you were angry, but I'm just incredibly sad hearing about this. But what do you want people to think about this weekend after getting this kind of a text?
For the people that voted the way that they voted, I want them to recognize this is the person that you voted for. This is the type of people that back him. And it's insane, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and I hope people take that. It's like we all bleed the same blood. Like, there's nothing different between me and you, between a Black person, a white person, a Spanish person. It doesn't matter. And I just feel like people need to really take into account that at the end of the day, we're all humans, and what you do directly affects other people, and there will be consequences to those actions.
You're absolutely right about that. That is a great message. means a lot to me that you said it and you shared this story with us. Apparently, we're just hearing now in the last couple of minutes, Talia, that it's now up to 21 states. 21 states where people receive these text messages.
21
It's just
states.
awful.
Dang.
And it's crazy because you would think that, I don't know, I would think that immediately people would find out where it's coming from and shut it down. So the fact that it's still happening today, which is Friday, 48 hours later, is just crazy.
Yeah. Well, it says everything about the person who sent this text, not the people who received it. Talia Jones, thank you very much for talking to us. We appreciate it.
Welcome, my fellow warriors, in this fight for the soul of America and the well-being of her people. I appreciate you being here. Remember, if you will, the long ago times when there was outrage when Joe Biden called Donald Trump supporters garbage. Oh, how dare he! Why will the president not be unifying for the American people, they said. Oh, this is outrageous. And then we wake up. Many Americans, black Americans, were texted yesterday. Greetings. I'll just throw it on screen, and then I'm going to get to an article here. Greetings. There are two different versions that I was able to find. You have been selected to be a house slave at Abingdon Plantation. Come to this address at 0500 tomorrow sharp with all of your belongings. This is mandatory. Our executive slaves, I believe some of the text said, this says spaces, will come get you in a turquoise van. Be prepared to be searched down once you enter the plantation grounds. You will be stationed at Plantation Point L. Sincerely, Trump administration. Here's another version. Greetings, you have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 12 a.m. November 13th, 2024, sharp with your belongings. Our exclusive, is this what it said? Exclusive on the other one? No, this one says exclusive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched upon arrival to plantation. No personal belongings allowed. This is a fresh start. You are Plantation Group D. Tell me again how it was incorrect Joe Biden called these people garbage. These are texts going out to black folks all across the country from Trump supporters. This is from the Washington Post. After election, racist texts nationwide threaten black people with slavery. Black people in several states received racist texts, some that claim to be affiliated with Donald Trump, ordering them to work as slaves on plantations. The FBI and authorities in several states are investigating racist text messages sent to black people nationwide this week, saying they would be brought to plantations to work as enslaved people and pick cotton. Garbage. Trump supporters. Following the lead of their garbage convict president-elect. People in at least a dozen states and D.C. have received the text messages, according to authorities and local media. The texts have spread alarm in the aftermath of a presidential election marked by President-elect Donald Trump and his campaign's use of inflammatory language against minorities. They're eating the pets! They're eating the cats! They're eating the dogs! Garbage. The origin of the messages is unknown, and it is unclear how many people received them. Reports from some states said the messages arrived Wednesday and appeared to target black students at universities. Some, though not all, of the messages claimed to be from a Trump supporter or, quote-unquote, the Trump administration, according to screenshots shared on social media and local news. The campaign has absolutely nothing to do with these text messages. Caroline Levitt, the dime store Amy Schumer said, a spokeswoman for the Trump campaign, told the Washington Post, quote, "The FBI is aware of the offensive and racist text messages sent to individuals around the country and is in contact with the Justice Department and other federal authorities on the matter," the agency said in a statement Thursday. And then to give you an idea of just how widespread this is, that it's not isolated to here in the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., the attorneys general of Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, Louisiana, and Nevada said they received reports of residents getting the messages and condemned them. People in California, Wisconsin, Ohio, South Carolina, Michigan, Georgia, and Alabama also said they had received the messages, according to local news reports. Garbage. Deplorable. And they cry and they whine and they snivel. How dare they call us garbage? How dare they call us racists? Oh, harumph. How uncivilized. Oh, the crocodile tears as they send texts to black people telling them to report for enslavement. Here's a brief video package from the local NBC affiliate here in Washington, D.C., where they interviewed a recipient of one of these text messages.
The racist text messages were sent to an unknown number of people by an unknown sender in several states and in D.C. Many who got them are college students and many are black. This woman named Pam didn't want to be identified. She said her family members and friends received the texts.
Some messages included people's personal names. Other messages just started out with a greeting, saying that people will be enslaved and that there will be a bus coming to pick up people.
The texts say different things, but they consistently say you've been selected to pick cotton at a plantation at a specific date or time. What did you think when you saw these?
I was shocked. I was scared. I was nervous. I was upset.
Some of the text messages tell people to show up here, Metro headquarters in Southwest D.C. It says, bring all your belongings. This is mandatory. And at the bottom it says, Trump administration. Another example, our executive slaves will come to get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched upon arrival to plantation. The texts are causing questions and concerns.
How did you get my number, and how do I defend myself, and how do I protect myself, and what is going to be done about this?
Local and federal law enforcement are looking into the messages. The FBI released a statement saying, quote, the FBI is aware of the offensive and racist text messages sent to individuals around the country and is in contact with the Justice Department and other federal authorities on the matter. School systems are also weighing in after students received the texts. Montgomery County Public Schools said in part, we condemn these hateful communications and the fear they aim to instill. Pam says she is very concerned who sent them and why a day after the election. She hopes it's not a sign of more to come.
It's worrisome. The whole election had people anxious, and then now we have to deal with random messages coming across our phone. To black people, people of color, it's not fair.
In the district, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
This is why we must remain in the fight. This is why I am appreciative that you are still here. This is why, as I stated yesterday and multiple times in multiple videos, if you thought I was an aggressive asshole before, this isn't the channel for you going forward. These people need to be dealt with. These people feel unencumbered from consequence.
Right.
They believe they have a mandate from their dear fascistic leader, Donald Trump, to act like this, to impose fear on others, to harass others because of immutable characteristics like the tint and tone of their skin, their level of melanin. I hope that you continue to have a stomach for the fight. Reach out to friends who are in the path of this abuse. I, for one, as I stated yesterday and the day before, will stand in the gap, even if that's physically, for my loved ones, for my friends, or strangers that I see abused on the street. There are videos all over social media right now of MAGA hat-clad asswipes abusing people of color, minorities, gays, lesbians, transgender folks. Be an ally. Join me in being an ally. And those of you who can physically defend people, don't stand by and watch as the abuse takes place.
All right, ladies, and before I play the next video right now, remember when I say in the beginning of the game, if you fuck around, you're going to find out, and we are not our ancestors. Check this out. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I do want to play this video.
Let's block out. There's black. There's a difference between black and niggers. Shut your goddamn mouth. Come on, your mouth again.
Exactly.
I think that brother's form was quite impeccable. I mean, he was coming from, this direction. I did see this one too. So go ahead and play this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you gonna do with your fat black kid? No, like we like this shit. Yo, why every motherfucker you gotta get some fight and you call the police on the truth? Fuck no, this one. Call another motherfucker a nigga, bitch. Call another motherfucker a nigga. Fuck wrong shit. Fuck out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
I'm just gonna help somebody out here.
Try to tell you people.
If you call somebody black the N-word, and I just want y'all to study what happens in this video. First, he's calmly unbuttoning his shirt.
Yes, sir.
2, he methodically removes his eyeglasses. You see, matter of fact, I want you to go back right here. First, he does this here. He strokes his chin first. No, come on. He does this. What this means is, should I smack his ass, or should I let him go ahead and just walk? I'm gonna go ahead and smack his ass. So roll the video. You see right here, the brother on the left. You see him. He's stroking his chin. You know what? Let me unbutton my shirt. And I'm just, because he ain't ripped the buttons off because he ain't trying to mess up his shirt. Okay, methodically took his glasses off, put it in his pocket, and smack. So here's the deal. If you're going to call a black person the N-word, my advice, you don't turn your back to them. Right. I'm just saying, you don't turn your back to them, because it's not necessarily going to end well when you do that. I'm just saying. So I think a lot of people make that mistake, and so I think you're going to see a whole lot of that happening, and the end result probably going to look like this.
Stand me in my face and tell me you're sorry, nigga. Tell me you're sorry, nigga. What's you sorry for, nigga? What's you sorry for? Why, nigga? Why you sorry for that shit, nigga? It's disrespectful as fuck, nigga. To me and my whole people, nigga. All these niggas right here. All these niggas right here, bro. And you talking to these niggas crazy, bro. Like, that shit is crazy for you to say, nigga. You know that shit is not okay, bro. You know that shit. Then why you say that shit? Why you say that shit, nigga? You know that shit is not... You know... You know that.
So this is all I want to know. Why don't people pull the crazy fool off before he gets punched? Like, if you're going to use the N-word, why don't you snatch that fool and say, you don't want this smoke, this ain't going to end well for you. So I'm just saying, a lot of y'all out here, y'all can sit here and keep talking trash if y'all want to. Oh, that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I know how Twitter pops up another video. So Dr. Carr and Lamont came up on Urban View Mornings, and so they popped up next. So just wanted to go ahead and just show y'all that. So I'm just saying, y'all, it's really
Burns of all people. He was trying to hold it together, but he can't hold it together.
No.
That was a quite, you know, it's funny, that is funny that pull that up. Ken Burns has spent his whole career trying to narrate an American narrative that brings us all together. And I commend him for that. It's fantasy. It's aspirational. And that's what I asked him for yesterday. I was like, man, you know, you've done all this and race is at the center of this. Why? And so he starts talking about that. But let's be clear about this. You know, we know that this isn't a country. It's a state with a lot of different kind of people in it, and yes, I don't think we're going to see it from politicians, the heroism, Lauren, and everybody. I don't think we're going to see the heroism. What we're going to see is that this orange clown and his clown car of people, and Thomas Massey was caught going up the escalator the other day, and they said, Matt Gaetz, and he turned around and said, recess appointment, deal with it. He's the Attorney General. It's going to be dealt with, Tom. The problem is that, you know, you may be walking through DCA on your way back to Kentucky. You might be in Lexington or Frankfurt or Louisville at a basketball game. You might be walking to your car, and you might get dealt with. What is unpredictable, you see, isn't the politicians. They're predictable. The James Carvilles coming out of the cemetery, the Clintons aren't going away, and Barack Obama's going to be who he's going to be, and Axelrod and Clough and all the people that you both, in terms of you, Roland, and you, Lauren, talk about in terms of the camps encircling these folk. They're going to be pretty much the same. What is unpredictable, except when you understand history, is the people. Ken Burns tells the history in all of his documentaries, the Civil War, Jack Johnson, or baseball, or jazz, or, you know, Thomas Jefferson, or you name it, Muhammad Ali, which kind of gives this sense of black people as resisting, but resisting within the lines. When in fact, the reality is, at the height of the lynching of African people in the South, in the 19-teens, in the 1920s and 30s, what is usually not accounted for and told in these sanitized history is the cascade of ass whippings that were handed out in casual places. We're not talking about Du Bois. We're not talking about Charles Hamilton Houston in the courtroom. We're not talking about Brown versus Boyd. We're talking about the street corners of places like Columbus and Macon, Georgia. And what this is really tapping into for us, and we don't go about this work, black women or black men, to save democracy. In fact, my man Ron Walters, our friend Ron Walters, the late Ron Walters, in his book, White Nationalism, Black Interest, talks about the fact that black people support consistently, that's what he calls the black mainstream, support policies that benefit everyone, not because we're thinking about everyone, but because culturally we think about the collective. We think about the community. So healthcare and employment, you know, wage guarantees and pensions like Social Security. These are things we vote for because they are important, but because culturally we think about other people. So people incidentally benefit. But watch this, finally, Langston Hughes had a little short poem. He said, look at the Negro, meek and mild. Beware the day they change their minds. Those videos are evidence. Oh, so no more generosity? No problem. Say it again. Say it again. I'm not politicized. I'm in Southeast DC with all these guns they dump in from Northern Virginia. Call me the N-word out here. I'm not politicized. I didn't vote. I don't care. But I know one thing. Trump's in office, you call me the N-word, and I don't think you're going home tonight. This is the kind of thing that is unpredictable, because this isn't politics anymore. This is people who just tired and saying, well, as Claude McKay said, if we must die, let us nobly die. That's why you lay a man on the damn subway tracks touching the third rail because you had the nerve to say some shit and turn your back.
See, I don't mind what's going on right now. I just saw this tweet right here that I had to go ahead and show. Dr. Ray Cunningham posted this. He said, they kicked a black man out of the barbershop I go to this AM for saying he voted for Trump and was trash talking Kamala. Like literally got him up out of his chair and low-key dared him to come back, LOL. Reese, I have no problem with this energy.
No, I don't. I definitely don't.
agree.
People took a side, they took a stand, and they thought the shit was cute and it was funny, and that's all. Now, bitch, ain't nothing funny about what we're seeing right now. And this is just like the prelude. He hasn't even been sworn in yet. He already got us like, oh my God, what the fuck? Even as much as we warned people about how disastrous this was going to be, it's on a whole nother level of like, of just a shit show. So yeah, if you chose that side, go that way, and go that way very, very fast. Don't come in my presence flexing like that's the thing to do. I'm in my chill mode for the next 4 years. I'm in my, well, shit, we're going to ride this out best we can. Some of us ain't going to make it. I'm going to try to do what I got to do. But don't test me. Don't come over here with that bullshit that you're going to walk away unscathed, period.
When you talk about blackness,
Well, ladies and gents, as you watch with me the 3 videos right here, I definitely like to give credit to CNN, Jesse Dollemore, and my man Roland Martin Unfiltered channels, because one video that I don't know if you gotta pay attention on it for those that watch the video. If you're just listening to the podcast, the video that Roland Martin played, the first one, the subway, the second one, is one thing that for me was noticeable. Because the white man was talking trash, called the brother the N-word, and then he went towards a woman. Because that's the second video I see, because all these racist white people, they're going to confront the females. But when it comes to confront the brothers, they try to avoid that confrontation. And that's what happened. Then that began the ass whooping. So, for those people that say, oh, there's no racism, like Senator from South Carolina, you know, there was, I love you, Donald Trump, I love you, you know, Senator Scott, that did not get no position, and the Trump administration, that's all he wants, you know, he's not getting nothing, you know, it's ridiculous. Okay, I make a little note on the first video, like this girl named Leotins J, that was on CNN, the first video, that she's saying that what's going on is 2024 and why you still have these people and racism in America. Honey, this is going to continue. This is the foundation of America until everybody gets to grips. And that's the problem. We do not want to touch the root of the problem. That's racism. There's a lot of people out there that you still think that they are the superior race. Look what's going on in New Zealand right now. You know, there's this treaty that was signed back in the day, like in I don't know how long ago, between the Maori people and the English settler that took over the island. They still wanted to push back, and all the deceiving, all the treaties that was now violated by the government, just like the United States, in the treaty that was violated for the U.S. government that decimated the native population. It's the same things going on right now, and the Maori people are fighting for their tradition and their land. And I agree 100%, because capitalism and racism is still alive today. Let me make this clear. Are all white people racist? Of course not. Like you saw Jesse Dollemore right here, a white man that fight for what's right. There's a whole lot of white people that are not racist. But also the same token, you need all these white people that are not racist. Just look at Jesse Dollemore is doing right now and call that out. You are among, you know, some people. There's a message for all white people out there. You know, if the majority of the people that you hang with, you know who are the racists. You know who are make the comments about, you know, belittle and think they are superior. You know them. It can be your family member. It can be your co-workers. You know who they are. So do your part and call them out, just like Mr. Jesse Dollemore did right now. He's a white man, and I like his philosophy. I like his channel because he called out. It is what it is. There's no holding back. So that's the problem. Until we deal with the root of racism in this country, that's not changed. And 2016, when Trump won, all the racist people, they got bold right now. They came back the days that happened. That was just a preview. Now it's going to be even worse. Pay attention on who Donald Trump is selecting to be the people in his cabinet. He select a guy, a Fox News host, to be the Secretary of Defense just because he served in the National Guard? Are you fucking serious right now? He has Matt Gaetz that he wants to select him to be the AG, the U.S. Attorney General, the man that has been investigated for having sex with a 17-year-old girl. And another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, people do not do their homework. If you go ahead and look at the Jeff Epstein release documentations, it's listed right there that Donald Trump on Jeffrey was throwing some parties in his island. Donald Trump was having sex with 12 and 13 years old girl. But nobody want to talk about it. The media don't want to explore that. The media was not on the paper, was the public. Now, the documentation of the Jeff Epstein was public. I barely hear the media talk about it. So, the regular media, that's why I watch all the channels. I watch, Roland Martin. I watch all the channels that basically break down and tell the truth. Zettel is a good one too that you guys need to pay attention also, because the majority of media, because all the corporations right now are happy. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk make $10 million right after the election. So like I say on my last video, the racists are going to come out because they're happy that Trump now won the election. Stephen Miller, that's going to be in charge of a lot of immigration things, is happy about this taxes now. But now he's laughing. Now, the news say that Trump, the Trump administration say they have nothing to do. I didn't see anything on any news that the people from the Trump campaign or the soon-to-be the administration came out and condemned those taxes. I didn't see it. So if you did it, do me a favor, make a comment and link the video of them saying that we don't have nothing to do with those text messages. I don't believe that they are involved on that, but also I did not see them saying or doing anything about it against those text messages. That's my point. So, like I say, these people gonna come out the closet, think they're gonna talk to people any kind they want it, and when they get their ass whooped, don't be crying, because you're not playing around, sir. This is not back in the slave time that you can talk and belittle minority, black women, and talk any kind of way, because you're gonna get those hands. And then when you lay down on the ground, begging for a life, some people are gonna knock you out and they're gonna stop. Some other people, they're gonna shoot your ass. Some people are gonna beat the shit out of you until you almost die. I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying, if you fuck around, you're going to find out. And that's the problem. It's going to be even worse. Watch. Because these people think just because Trump is the one, they can say and talk to any people any kind of way. Some people going to take it, some people don't. I say this on my job all the time that I do a lot of people, and I say, ladies and gentlemen, just let you know the respect is a two-way street. You know, I will show respect. I'll talk to you in a professional manner. And if you have any issue that needs to be resolved, you're going to talk to me and the rest of the people that you work with respect. We're going to focus on the issue. But what you're not going to do is going to think they're going to talk to me or any of my co-workers any kind of way. It's not going to happen because it's not going to end up good for you. So once again, I say respect. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, respect is a two-way street. So you show respect and treat you with respect regardless. 95%, I would say 95% of people, they're going to show respect to you. But if you come here yelling and screaming and think they're going to talk to people any kind of way, just because you not get your way. I see this all the time too in my job. People asking for, they come very polite, and then when they say this not can happen, they change it real quick. Just because you not get your way. You should have taken care of this before. Now, don't try to put this on us because it's your fault. You know, and so it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, for those people out there, be mindful how you treat each other. Because another thing too, for all these people that call, oh, my Christian, think that you're so Christian on Sunday, but the rest of the week, forget about Jesus. You think you can talk and respect and to talk to other people and belittle people any kind of way. But on Sunday, they're like 8 o'clock and hallelujah, oh Jesus, wave and hishalamatanga bararala and speaking tongues. But no, your action, God knows. The people around you knows that you're full of shit. You go to church on Sunday, but the rest of the week, you treat people like trash. And for those that are pro-life, I always say that. That's the knowledge that I have for the Almighty. Every life out there is very precious to God. You may not like it. There's some people that don't like it, but I show, like I say, I show the respect. I'm not saying that I have to hold your hand and sing Kumbaya, but I will show the respect as a human being. For those people that claim they're Christians, remember that the blood of Jesus died for every human being. For the children, for the homeless, for the gays, for the transgenders, to the lesbian. It's not your job, Mr. I'm a Christian, put the flag, I'm a Christian, to throw your ignorance on their face. Your job as a Christian is to show the love of God that's supposed to live in you, the light from God, to show to other people. You're the light and you're the salt of earth, the light of this nation, to show the light of God through your life to other people. But if you're full of prejudice, hold the Bible, go to church by your prejudice, and have all this hate in your heart towards other people, be prepared for a good surprise once you go to the after room. To the upper room. When the light is out for you, homeboy, and your number is called, don't be surprised if it do not make it to heaven. Because God is very jealous of his creation. You know, he gave his son for each one of us. So once again, for all this Trump support over there, they call yourself a Christian, but you think you're going to talk anyway and be disrespectful to anybody, you're about to find out, and it's going to hurt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you said. So please be safe, be kind, and be blessed, and do the best with what you can do, with what you got. Salute. And I see you next Saturday to another awesome episode. If you like my video, please do me a favor, click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with all your family and friends. Appreciate that. Holla!
to the top. Coming with the put up for the #1 spot. Pushing my rap like the push I on the block. Holding my down, sucker rappers get lost. Coming from the bottom, moving straight to the top. Coming with the